welcome to the Monday message for the week of April 17th, 2023. And what follows the Monday message today is a personal message about some things going on in my life I'd want to share with you. So first, the energy is very intense and fast moving this week, continues to be somewhat explosive, a lot of revelations and a lot of happenings. So I notice things are turning corner, turning direction, popping up. There's just a lot of activity. And I notice everyone tends to feel full and busy and full and busy. That doesn't have a particular flavor to it in terms of positive or negative. I think whatever the momentums are that are happening in your life right now are going to continue in the manner that they are. Just expect that that will be sort of sharp. And that was kind of my take on the entire month of April, kind of sharp turns, just a lot of, quick adjustments and corrections that we need to make, or assimilating various energy patterns that come to us. Overall, it remains positive in my view, because when this kind of energy is rushing through us and around us, we can really manifest productively and get some great understandings about our personal process, because things just move along real quickly. So every day we can have a new understanding, we can have a new point of view about something, and we can feel renewed. Or if we're down, we know tomorrow we'll be up. So the speed of the energy right now is what makes it interesting. But it is fertile soil, a lot of that happening through about the middle of May. So continue to plant your feet and set good intention for how you want things to play out in your life. Okay, I hope you find this helpful. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about has a little bit more to do with my vision of life and the world. So this personal message is about some of my views about the world and how I relate to the world and what that means to me and my business. And it also talks about something I'm involved in and have become more involved in recently that I wanted to talk to you about. And the first thing is my business and me are pretty seamless. Granted, I have a life outside of my business, personal life, and I'm not doing readings or coaching people, that I'm just having a life like everybody else. But even so, I really live what I teach and what I talk to everybody about. I do practice what I preach. And so even when I'm not in my business, I'm still doing the things I talk about outside of my business. And one of the things that I believe wholeheartedly is something Martin Luther King said. I'm paraphrasing here, but you can see the graphic, that essentially we can't wipe out darkness with more darkness, that only light can eradicate darkness. And so I always have that in mind in any topic I approach or any activities I do. I think about that vibrationally. I think about that in terms of how I give myself or how I work or who I align myself with, even topics of conversation that I may or may not even get involved with, and I've even become apolitical at this point in my life, because there's no reason for me to engage in any kind of dialogue related to politics. It has no place in the dialogue that I find important in terms of eradicating darkness in the world, or at least in a way that I can have impact. And it ties a little bit to what I wanted to share with you, because many of you know that I write for Eden Magazine. I've been a contributing writer for about not quite 3.5 years. And it really began like most writers, authors, speakers, practitioners. We're always looking for places to get published and to have our voice and message heard. In part, it's promotion, but, just being able to get published. But the short version is, as I've gotten to know Eden Magazine, its owners, its editors, they're a lot like me. These are people who walk the walk and talk the talk in their life. It's more than a business. And they do not accept work, writers, or even people on the cover of their magazine unless they're aligned with their mission and their values, which are creating a more compassionate planet, raising consciousness, and uplifting people. And that's the bottom line. And in our culture, all over the world, really, not just in the US, media is all about ratings and it's all about advertising, and very little about content that actually is useful. And I think one of the things I love about Eden is it is a voice for uplifting, inspiring, improving, raising consciousness. And it does so in a very beautiful and interesting way. And so when I think about ways I can contribute and have a lot of value in the world, I have decided to align with Eden Magazine of recent. I am now on the board of directors, and I help in a lot of different ways. But I am specifically going to help Eden expand their reach. They currently they're in many, I think 20, 25 countries in the world, and they have 2 million subscribers. But we would like Eden to become an even larger voice, because there's so much darkness in media, so much, coarseness, so much, baseness about the messaging that we are being bombarded with on a daily basis. I really want to join the mission to put information out there in an even greater way so that more people can access positivity, uplifting ideas and stories, personal growth, wellness, climate change issues, all these things. And Eden has a unique platform because they do have some access to celebrity. And even though they will not put a celebrity on the cover every month, because as again, they walk the walk and talk the talk, and they're not a Hollywood magazine per se. They are health and wellness, raising consciousness, personal growth, climate change. And so they break it up, and anyone who's on the cover has to be doing something proactively on one of those topics. But because we do get, well-known figures on the cover, it does help with subscribership. But that being said, I'm joining on to help with all kinds of things that support the magazine and its agenda and the organizations they support, primarily animal welfare and firefighters. So I am going to be helping, and it's strictly pro bono for me, but I really am passionate about it. It's a labor of love, which is kind of everything for me. I don't do anything unless I want to, or it means something to me and I see a value on many levels. Okay, so I'm doing this because it matters to me, and I like to put myself into something that I believe in. So I'm going to be currently looking for all kinds of donations, and I'm going to be helping them sell advertising and look for content writers and people who need feature stories and all kinds of things. I'm going to be integral in that way. So if you or anyone you know has a product, a service, or they want to donate, even just buy a subscription to the hard copy. And by the way, if you've never seen a hard copy of the magazine, you do yourself a favor and look at it, because it is gorgeous. It is a type of magazine you would never throw away, because it's heavy, it's got a nice binding, and the pictures and it's just done in a very high-end, beautiful manner. And so it's a gorgeous magazine to own. And it's a nice way to make a tax-deductible donation. And I don't know if you guys know that Eden is a 501c3. They're a nonprofit. And so they do help a lot of different organizations. So not only are they spreading uplifting content and trying to raise vibration on the planet and provide a resource, a place people can go and actually read content that's useful, not just always bringing us down and agitating us, right? They actually put their money where their mouth is and give to charities themselves. So it's really a wonderful thing for me. I'm very happy to be aligned with them. It does take some of my time, but I'm happy to do it. It's meaningful to me to be part of something or a legacy that can touch more people and uplift more people. So that's what I'm up to. But please, if you or someone you know would like to be featured in the magazine, or if you'd like to make a donation, even through buying a a subscription, let me know, because it takes a village to make these things work and to work in a high level. And just know that if you do contribute to the magazine, you're contributing to something that is real and authentic, and they're walking the walk and talking the talk, and that's why I've aligned with them to lend a hand. So there you have it. If you have any questions, again, just reach out, and I hope you find this interesting. All right, my friends, take care.